I decided to recreate Hapi from Kitten for something I'm working on, and I want to share how I remade its textures inside of Blender. Feel free to save this if you want. They look like this, by the way, a cloudy blue sky. I begin with a noise texture and start connecting it to the base color. I then use a color ramp to give it its first layer of colors here and slided these points close together to give it some depth. Then I added a texture coordinate node to determine how this texture should be applied to the mesh. This mesh has a mirror modifier, by the way, meaning that if I went with UV, the noise texture will be mirrored as well. It looks cool, but it's not what I'm going for. Let's go with object instead. There we go. You can see in game that the cloud texture is constantly moving and shifting around. We got the shifting part already taken care of, but the directional part is recreated with the vector mapping node. This lets me change the direction, rotation, and scaling of the sample texture based on the mesh's origin point, i.e. the orange dot. I like to use the gizmo and the axis thingamajig as a reference for where this texture is going. It's a bit confusing when you notice that moving in a certain direction it looks like it's moving the texture in the opposite direction. I'll think of it like this. We're not moving the texture itself, we're moving the coordinates that displace the texture, like a UV map that slides to the right as you watch the texture slide to the left. Shout out Blender Docs. Let's give them another layer of color here. I'll duplicate these nodes here and I'll change the color ramp to go from a solid color and into a transparent one. I merged them together with the mix node and made sure that the bottom layer is on the bottom and the top layer is on the top. Oh no, it's just showing the second layer. Check that the top layer's alpha is connected to the fact property of the mix node. This will take the top layer's transparency into account. Let's connect it to the base color and to the emission color as well. I'll give it a strength of 1 so that he always glows in the darkest of nights. Let's go back to the vector mapping node actually. I want to simplify how I'll move these textures around during animation. I'll only be decreasing the Y value after all, so I'll use a combine node and a value node. This will let me change both their layers coordinates with just the value node. I can even add a multiply vector node so that each layer moves at a different rate from each other. And there you go, in under 4 hours I recreated the flying racing cat that made me cry twice. I don't play too many games recently, but I'm glad I stumbled into this and gave it a shot. It was inspiring, and I hope it'll bounce around my head for years to come. Go play or watch Kitten, and thank you Jam2Go for creating this. This car has officially joined my list of comfort characters I have wandering inside my mind, along with some critters, a few goobers, the classics, that one Callisto robot that keeps getting rotoscoped because it's funny, and of course... Mallow!